And so anytime I flew out of Accra, I saw a queue of ships waiting to enter Tema Port. And so I called Gapoha director. I said, but why do you always have this queue of ships? He says, so we don't have the capacity to handle all of them. So some of them have to come and wait with cargo for about a week or more before they get the chance to come in. And that's when I challenged them to build us a new port, because Gapoha and MPS were partners already. So I said, government of Ghana doesn't have the money. You use your own balance sheet and look for the money and build us a port in which you are partners. Today, that port is operating. We have more capacity than it can even handle. And that is why we are sad that volumes are escaping. We must make sure that as much volume comes through that port as possible. Because even the phase 2, if they finish the phase 2, we can handle cargo for almost 5 countries in this sub-region, because we have the capacity to be able to do that. Today, that port is earning Gapoha a lot of money. Since that port was built, Gapoha's dividends has been more than $200 million from the new port. And yet people say, I sold the port. Meanwhile, now, the dividend Gapoha is making, of that almost $200 and something million Gapoha has taken, that is what you've taken $70 million out of to go and do Boankra Port without a railway line. And the point is, if my container comes, why would I wait for you to pick my container on a truck and send it to Boankra? I'll come and negotiate the charge with the articulator driver myself and take my thing. Boankra can only be viable if there's a railway line. And so we're building it just because we promised that we'll build it. But after you finish, how are you going to send the containers there? By road? It's the same way we do it already. So I'd rather clear my thing in Tema, put it on a truck, and then haul my cargo to Kumasi. So we need to make our port competitive. And all of us must work together to see how we can do it. One, clearance procedures must be made easier. And one of the promises I make you is that we're going to sit together with our trade ministry, and we're going to look at all the fees and charges at the port and rationalize them. Those that are not necessary illegal fees, we'll take them out so that we can make things easier. We're going to let the port work 24 hours. And it's part of the strategy for the 24-hour economy. There's no reason why we can't clear our things on Sunday. There's no reason why we can't clear our things on holidays. The port is an essential service. The way that the electricity company does not go on leave on Sundays and holidays is because it's an essential service. Yeah. The port is also an essential service. And so the port must continue to work every day of the week, including holidays. And so we'll do that, so that people can clear their goods as quickly as possible. Aside from that, in order to make your lives easier, we're going to license some financial institutions. And so if your container is coming and you don't have the money to clear it immediately, you will go to the financial institution to be licensed to do that kind of business in the port. It will be a specialized financial service. So you take your customs document and then take it to the institution and say, look, my cargo is coming. These are the goods I have in it. This is the duty I'm supposed to pay. You sign an agreement with them, depending on how long you want. I want a month to be able to gather the money to clear, or 2 months, or 3 months. Yeah. Government will regulate the interest that they will charge you, so that it's not excessive. So as soon as your container is put down, they will pick up your container, they'll pay government's money to it, and they'll move your container to their warehouse, and your container will be there. And then you take your time, put your money together, you go and take your container, and you go away. And so that is one of the things that we're looking at, to license special financial institutions to do that specialized service, so that government will also get its money up front. There will be no problem with somebody's container staying in the port, demurrage, and all that kind of thing. Aside from that, we're going to look at the issue of shipping agents. It has come up not only in this discussion, but